everybody, Andy Lecture here. You can find me on Instagram at AndyRLecture. I am one of the directors of the newly formed Takata Independent. If you live in the upstate of South Carolina and you're looking for a place to perform for the 2022 WGI season, we'd love to have you. So you can find us on Instagram at Takata_independent. And there's a link in our bio for an interest form and all of our socials and stuff like that. And I'm also one of the directors for Squared, and that is a fully virtual color guard. We are in the middle of our summer projects. So if you are looking for a performance avenue for the summer, if you're not doing DCI or if you've aged out, we're just doing one small ensemble sort of short clip of a performance every month. So we would love to have you for that as well. There's a link in our bio. You can find us on Instagram at SQD_independent. And again, we'd love to have you there too. A lot of great instruction going on. Heather Graham is one of our choreographers and great things are happening. So today I'm going to show you an adaptation of a toss that I did with Etude in 2015. Kind of spiced it up a little bit. So here we go. So we're going to start with a cross toss. The flag is going to start on our left hand on the tab, under, right hand over on the bottom cheater. We're going to start here. We're going to just push it up and grab. You're going to grab your right hand on the top cheater and your left hand on the bottom cheater in a money hand. Okay, so right hand on top, left hand on bottom. From here, you're just going to push and cross your arms until they're here with your right arm up and your left arm kind of in this down position. So we're here and we're just going to kind of flip it up. The rotation is going to come from our left hand going over, and the height's going to come from the right hand. For this particular prep, we're going to do it slow and high, so we want more from the right hand and less energy from the left hand. We're going to aim for catching it so up. Here, ideally splitting or on the bottom cheater. So we want it nice and high and slow so that you can catch it at the point that you're going for. So, quick roll cross toss, boom. That's a little too low. I need to get it a little bit higher so I can catch it there instead. And as you're releasing the toss, we have our prep. You're gonna kind of plie on this grab here, and you're gonna bring your right foot in on the release, and then step back out on the catch. And it's a one-handed catch, but just your right hand, so the left hand should be down at your side. So, we do this, we have 5, 6, up 7, 8, and out, 2 and 3. 3, down and 4. So from here, we're gonna bring the flag down, and we're gonna be turning, so it's gonna be kind of behind our shoulder as we do this. And you're gonna step through with your right foot, and then bring the flag up to the front. So I'm gonna face the other way real quick so you can kind of see that from the other direction. So this is my back and this is my front. 5, 6, 7, 8, and out. 2, catch 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So you're gonna catch, bring it down, behind you, step through, and up. So it's gonna go from here, crossing flat at your eyes, and up. The flat on the eyes is really important. Actually, it's gonna help establish the proper 45 plane and make sure that it's in your toaster. So even though we're not actually going to the release yet, we're establishing the plane a few counts early so that we know that we're good on the release. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be up, 5. So like I said, you're catching it here, you're bringing it behind you, passing through flat at your eyes so that the silk is going straight to the sideline, and bring it up, maintaining this 45 that we've established. So if I do this front to back, you're gonna see, obviously it's vertical here, but once I catch it up, I'm gonna bring it down behind my back and go ahead and have this 45-degree angle established here, so it's not straight up and down anymore. It is already at that angle, and then as I pass through flat at my eyes, I'm maintaining that angle, and then bringing the silk up slightly at that 45-degree angle as well. If we do this vertical, it's just going to become this vertical toss, and it's going to be a little bit more awkward to get your arm to be able to maneuver it that way. So over here, at this up angle, we're going to sweep it across our feet. So again, as we go down, we're going to cross it flat at our eyes to just make sure we're maintaining that same plane that we've established. So flat at our eyes, sweep it down across your feet, and then you're going to start to sort of do this one-handed cone action from here, kind of this twisting of the wrist If I were to not release it, I would turn that into this top cone right here. So that's the general pathway that you're trying to take. And so you sweep it across your feet, and then you release as the flag goes up instead of doing that cone. But that's the same exact pathway. So if you're struggling to understand sort of the pathway I'm taking, try doing a couple of one-handed cones, just making sure that as you do them, you're getting on this angle and then twisting your wrist to maintain on that angle, and then you can sort of do this stirring motion here to get the actual cone motion in the silk. So it's a lot of maneuvering of angles, and don't think about the flag rotating around your hand. It's going to be rotating more on this top cheater area for that cone action right there. So it should be rotating a little bit higher than your hand. And once you get that pathway kind of comfortable, then you can go through it and release on that up. So we have this toss. You're sweeping across your feet. You're bringing it just one-handed, and you're releasing it at more or less this angle with the silk to the left of you. As you catch it here, you're stepping through. Again, as you release, you're going to bring your left foot in like that. You're going to kind of drag it in. It's not a step up like this. So if I were to switch directions, just so you can kind of follow along with me, this is my back and this is my front. We're going to do this part. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're going to bring your feet in on 7. So as you release, feet are coming in. From this point, just the body that we're doing, you release. You're going to bring your right hand down. You're going to shift your weight to your right foot. You might even step out a little bit. That's totally fine. But your right hand's doing the circle motion, so make sure it stays straight. Don't let the elbow lead the way and break this beautiful straight line that your arm creates. We're here. We're going to think about someone pulling up, like up with our arm and pulling away from us, and our hand is kind of getting as far away from us as it can. And we're here filling up as much space, being as big as we can. So we release. The arm's going to switch direction and start coming down. Once it's down here, you can step with your right foot or shift your weight. And from here, you're going to hinge on your right foot and keep your left straight. And your arm's going to continue the circling motion and complete it by going behind your back to catch the flag. So all in all, you have the release, down, up, and catch. So on the up is where you're really thinking about that lean. And I'll go ahead and admit, a habit that I have is to keep my neck a little bit too engaged. I don't relax it at all. And so I tend to keep my head up. But you want to think about relaxing it, letting it go back, and looking way up at the sky so we can get this dramatic effect of that layout. You really want to go off balance and complete that sort of straight line tabletop feel. So once you've got a feel for the body by itself, I do recommend just doing it without the flag a couple times. So you're gonna start with the flag, air flag it, here, here, and here, and hinge, and catch. I forgot to do the circle as I was hinging, but you get the idea. Go through the motions with just the body, no flag, and then you can try to add the flag and see how you do. So again, making sure we've worked on the toss by itself. We're getting the feel for this sort of pathway that we're creating. Once you're confident with that, do the body by itself, and then you can blend the two. And again, making sure that the body is not changing the pathway of the flag. So anytime you're doing any fancy body under tosses, make sure you toss, and on the next count, then you initiate the body. It's gotta be completely separate. So we're gonna start this. We have 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where I'm gonna initiate the circling of the arm and the hinging. So on 7, 8, and 1, 2, that's on 3 or so. So yeah, take it each count. Make sure that as you do each rep, that you're analyzing yourself and making sure that you're understanding, what might be going wrong. As with all tosses, if it's traveling a little bit too far a certain direction, you're either letting go too late or too early. So for this toss, you could let go a little too late, it's gonna go to your left. And if you release too early, it'll go to your right. So as you're doing this and you're kind of seeing where the flag is going, you can analyze yourself and just make sure that you're approaching it from that standpoint of finding out what's going wrong and really focusing on that the next rep that you take. So the counts all together, we're gonna have 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3. One thing that you might run into as you're doing this, I just realized because I just did it, if you tend to, like myself, I tend to catch too high on this catch right here. I just continue with the motions, and as the flag's coming down, I let my hand slide down to that bottom cheater, and so that by the up, I'm squeezing it again, and I have the control of that toss. You don't want to let a bad catch for this toss screw up the whole thing. You can work around it and kind of allow it to slide around here to get the toss, or to get your hand where you need it to be for that toss. Best of luck with this. As usual, if you record yourself doing this toss, make sure you tag Spintronics and tag myself. We'd love to see it. And make sure that if you like this tutorial, that you like this video and that you follow Spintronics on YouTube. They've got a lot of great content out there, and I know that they're bringing on a lot more people to teach you more advanced tricks. So be on the lookout in the future. Some great things coming your way.